Good evening. Back to the vise here with a little bit of hand filing action. Hope you can hear me okay. Got the air handler on behind me here. Sitting on a 661 right now so you can see me. Hope everybody had a good day. Got the Bears playing this week. Got a 25 chalked up. It's not really been rocked or hitting concrete or anything. It's a client of mine who does some excavating work, a bunch of saws, take out a lot of timber before they dig or after, and make some room for some homes or lakes. Just getting everything taken care of for him. Just show you some filing, talk some saws here in a minute. So let's get started. Oh yeah. This file is just about shot. Just in time. Just in time. Oh yeah. She's shot, mate. Oh yeah. Talk about 9 days. That file's sliding through with no force on your end. It's not cutting and throwing chips. Pop that bastard in the trash can. You're wasting your time and energy. Like I said, this old boy ain't too bad. Clean it up. Got a working corner sharp, top plate. Rakers are fine. This is a newer chain. I think this is probably the first go around on it. Flipper. I'm a right-handed guy. I file better with my left hand than I do with my right. Kind of funny. So as I'm doing this, I'm pulling quite a bit with my left. Just so I'm not doing all the work with one hand. Now what you're hearing as I pull the file back is that the file is just kissing that raker as I'm coming back. A lot of people gripe and moan about file draggers. Well, what I'm doing is when I'm coming back, it's just barely kissing that raker. File's only cut one way. Continue to push. And right now I'm using an Oregon 7/32. I really enjoy their files. It's a real shame that my favorite file company stopped making saw files recently here in the past couple months, I believe. That was Save Edge. Save Edge, if you're watching, you need to get back into the round file market. You hear me? I've yet to find a file that I absolutely adore. Like I said, Faird's okay, Oregon's alright. I've yet to try Valorby. Save Edge. Anybody out there has got a back stock of Save Edge, contact me and I will buy everything you have. They make flat files too. I really enjoy them as well. It's great metal. Great cutting pattern on it, very efficient. My time is valuable, as is yours. You want a good quality file. But like I said, Oregon makes a good file all around. This one's a little boogered up here. Now what I'm doing here, since this is probably the first file on this chain, is I'm obviously staying with my line, my marker up top, but I'm getting rid of the gullet that the factory left whenever they ground it with their wheel. I'm hogging that out a little bit, making that half moon, as I called it in the other video. Make your C shape. So yeah, like I said a while ago, my camera stand at the moment you're sitting on is a 661. There's another 661 sitting right next to it. That's a client of mine, does some excavation work, and brought them both to me, said one wasn't working right, and the other one, chain tensioner wasn't working. He couldn't tighten the chain up anymore. So I opened them up, see what was going on. And the one with the chain issue, the chain tensioner issue, find that part here, bear with me, friends. Where's that doggone thing? Anyway, there's a slide. A slide on your tensioner whenever you're turning this little flathead bolt on the side of your saw. This portion here slides forward and backward as you tension your chain tensioner. And this snapped off. Get you to focus here. Right there where it mounts. Right there where it mounts on the saw. Luckily, my local dealer had what I needed in stock. Got it fixed back up. Tuning the saws, cleaning the filters, checking the plugs. Cleaning the plugs, just overall general maintenance that everybody should do with a saw. Obviously cleaning the tanks if they're dirty, changing fuel filters, checking fuel lines. These new 661s are auto-tune, so they are electronic carb. Every once in a while you have to reset them, especially if guys aren't mixing their fuel and oil ratios consistently, or if they're changing elevation drastically. Anything like that to screw up the saw, especially if they're running dirty air filters, it won't suck as much air. Now the saw, the computer, will overcompensate and basically retune itself, retune the carburetor as that air filter gets packed or gets cleaned. It'll reset itself after you start the saw and it takes off. It basically relearns what it needs to run most efficiently and properly. So keep your filters clean, all of them. Back to it. Okay. Generally, whenever you're done cutting, I don't care if you're cutting for 10 minutes or cutting for 10 hours all day long. Whenever you're done, put that saw away cleaner than you found it. The situation is it saves you a lot of time and grief. You go out there after cutting for a few hours the next day and expect to cut more, and the filter's all boogered up or all full of sawdust or whatever's inside of it. Saw's dirty. As you're filling up with gas and oil, if your saw is excessively dirty, as you open those caps, that stuff's falling in. Especially if you've got other sawyers around you and there's dust everywhere, or skidders or trucks running. Some of that stuff is coming in. And yes, I'm being anal about this, but I run a shop. I see this stuff all the time. Just be mindful whenever you're around dust and debris that yes, those filters are in there for a reason in the oil and fuel tank, but they do get clogged. Change those out every so often. Proper maintenance will go very far. And it's not hard, it's easy. Get home, break the saw down just a little bit, pop the air filter off, spray it with the air hose, spray the saw off with the air hose, wipe it down, get it all cleaned up, file your chain. get it ready for the next time. Even if you're not cutting the next day, just get it ready for the next time. You never know. Never know when you're going to need it. And then the other 661 he's got me here. I just needed a general tuning. He thought he had pinched the bar on it. Nose is fine, sprocket's fine, everything's free, everything moves, nothing's rusted. Cleaned it all up, got it ready, and unfortunately what had happened, which is a good thing, is, well, it's kind of an annoying thing, his shop, when he buys chains at, gave him 58 gauge instead of 50s. All the Stihls, they ain't 404, they're 50 gauge. He was trying to run a 58, it was either 58 or 63 in a 50. That's not going to work. So luckily there was no issue with the bar, or the rails, or the sprocket. Just too big a chain. Beauty. Oh, one left. These 25s definitely take a lot less time than a 36. Whew. I got a 44-inch bar and chain for my Husky 394. My gosh, that thing takes forever to sharpen. These 25s are a breeze. Another 25. So anyways, flip you around here. 661s, nice saw, strong runners, 91cc, and the other one. Real nice saws. Fun to run. I'm still not sold on M-tronic. It's just, I grew up old school with old things. Four-wheelers, dirt bikes, cars, trucks. So, you know, I started into the saw world working on old McCulloughs from the late 60s and 70s. And from there I branched out into the O series of Stihls, 029s, 029 Supers. And then slowly worked into Huskies, 288 XPs, 394s, so on and so forth. 254 was my first saw I ever bought, XP from Husky. And yeah, that's it for this short one. You guys have a great evening.